This one was يعني showing the equivalence or similarity with those keywords, but here it shows the opposition. Okay, so when you see however, but, although, all of those are keywords hinting you to an opposite. Okay, opposite word, opposite meaning. طيب. Now, sometimes the sentence is showing cause and effect. Find a word or phrase that shows a relationship between two events or situations in the sentence. For example, therefore, because, as a result, leads to, so, etc. Okay? Now, when we do the examples, we will have a really يعني clear idea what we talked about before. طيب, look at this example. Despite her parents' best efforts at making her, Suad felt very at her party. Now, as usual, we have to put our choice on the chat box, and then someone will justify. Yes, I can see all of you have chosen B. No one chose different يعني choice. Someone tell me why, or what is the key word? Yeah, thank you, Muhammad. Contrast. Why? Because we have despite. Thank you, Muhammad. Thank you. So, comfortable and shy. Yeah, Sukaina, you have something to add? Okay. طيب. This is clear and straightforward, okay? See how sentence completion is very easy, clear, straightforward, and usually you have keywords, okay? طيب. The ancient pyramids were large and seeing them was an experience. Yalla, tell me in the chat box what is your choice? MashaAllah. Yeah, I can see all of you have chosen A, and I can't disagree. Who wants to say why? Yeah, Badr said it's a restatement, especially because we have and, large and, okay? Yeah, large and something, like we can't say large and dirty. Large and beautiful, yes, but we can't say awful because there is no contrasting word. Large and interesting, then boring, we can't say. That's why we chose A. Thank you, my friends. طيب, when I always thought my classes were very difficult and feared that when I got older, my would be impossible. Yeah, I can see all of you have chosen D, and I can't disagree. But someone tells me why. Lema, you
Okay.
changed your name today, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I said D because at first I thought it was A when I read child, but then when I
Uh-huh.
kept reading the sentence and I read the word movement, And
Mm-hmm.
studies, I felt like studies made more sense, and not more sense. It actually does make sense, and movement doesn't make sense. So
Mm-hmm.
I did it when I was younger. I always thought my classes were very difficult and feared
Mm-hmm.
that when I got older, my studies would be impossible. So that
Thank
sentence,
you so much.
no problem.
Thank you. So the keywords are I was, okay, and then classes goes with the studies, and older goes with younger. When I was something, I always thought my classes were okay. So those are keywords that show us this is the correct answer. Thank you, Lema.
Thank
طيب. Salah is now and has 3 children. His oldest is in high school. ممتاز. Okay. Good, good, good. طيب. Uh, you have chosen B. Just I want someone to tell me what are the keywords in this one. يلا علي.
The semicolon.
Uh-huh.
Because Salah has 3 children and there's no other way that he would get children. Otherwise, he would be like married.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ali. Thank you. طيب, we have children, semicolon, and there is no way to have children if he's not married. Thank you. طيب, Amal's favorite is traveling. She especially likes countries that are new to her. ما شاء الله. Nice. حلوين. Okay, so you have chosen A, and who wants to tell me? يلا تالا.
It's A because hobby just fits in the blank, and visiting is when you go, because she's going to countries, so she's visiting countries.
Thank you so much. Favorite, we don't say favorite assignment, okay? And we have traveling and we have semicolon. So favorite hobby and semicolon goes because traveling goes well with visiting countries. Thank you, Lema. طيب, one of the most things in life is self-concept with a positive one. No is too big to solve. Okay, so I can see all of you have chosen C. Lema, tell me why.
Okay, so as soon as I read the word solve, I read problem. So I thought it was C because solve and problem make sense.
Thank you so much.
No
And we have semicolon. There is nothing contrary or contrast with يعني with what is mentioned before. And that's why we have chosen important. One of the most important things in life is self-concept with a positive one. No problem is too big to solve. Thank you, Lema. طيب, because of his inability to other chimps, chimpanzee E32 is no longer welcome in his tribe. He has been deemed nice. I can see variation of answers here, and I enjoy having different answers because in this way we will build those connections in our brain. طيب, some of you have chosen A, some of you have chosen B. Okay, someone tells me why you have chosen A, and someone tells me why you have chosen B. يلا سعود.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. So, at the beginning, I was between A and B. So,
Uh-huh.
a fight with other chimpanzees, it just
Uh-huh.
clicks together because it gives connection.
Uh-huh.
It connects, and an outlaw, just in my mindset, I thought being deemed is an outlaw. It's just related to. It's just when you say related to other chimpanzees, it doesn't match. It doesn't correlate together. So that's why I chose it.
So because he can't fight with others, he is no longer welcome. When he can't fight, he is not welcome. Yeah, Abdullah said the word inability. Okay. He's not able to. Okay. Ali, tell me what is your answer first?
My answer is B.
Uh-huh.
And the reason why is because if he's unable to fight, he wouldn't be able to become an outlaw. And it also doesn't make sense in this context. So
Uh-huh.
if he doesn't relate to his tribe or his like other chimps, then he becomes an outcast because he's casted away from his tribe.
Yeah, thank you so much. So this makes more sense when we say, because in his inability to relate to other chimps, he is deemed to be an outcast. Okay, so this makes more sense because if he doesn't fight with other chimps, we can't say that he's not longer welcome, and outlaw doesn't go well with the context. It's not for like animals اصلا. طيب, because of my, Sarah is now using the same floor cleaner that I use. This one is very easy. You're right. Thank you so much. Because of my recommendation. يلا لما, tell me why.
Okay. So, when you say theory, it means
Mhm.
Sarah doesn't know that he thinks that if she used it, it would help her. And disapproval, it would be like she disapproved, so she wouldn't be using it. And
Mhm.
agreement, it would be both sides agreed on the same thing.
Mhm.
But here, when I read so agreement is also kind of right, but
Mhm.
recommendation goes well with the sentence.
Yeah, more logical. Recommendation is more logical than agreement.
Yeah, so it's the better
Thank
answer.
you. Thank you so much. طيب. Okay, I don't like carbonated, so I often drink juice or water. So I can see all of you have chosen C. Yes. And the keywords here, رؤى.
In the question, they're asking about drinking, so it's gonna be beverages.
Thank you so much. They are talking about drinks. Okay. and carbonated, we can't say carbonated food or materials or things, we can say beverages. طيب, rather than focus on one specific group of people, some charities try to do work that benefits of humanity. Okay, I can see some of you have chosen A and some of you have chosen D. Nice, very nice. And for both, I can go with agreement, okay? Because there are 2 points of view. But I want to listen from you, my friends. Yalla, someone tells me why you have chosen A and why you have chosen D. Yalla, Tala.
The word rather suggests that there is a contrast. So the opposite of focusing on one specific thing is focusing on all.
Thank you so much. So your answer is all, صح? طيب, someone who chosen A, tell me why you have chosen A. And it's logical, by the way. Who wants to say Tala? You already said صح? Okay, Lema.
Okay, so if I was to say, rather than focus on one specific group, when people hear that sentence, you might think it would be like few people or only some people. So if I were to say some charities try to do work that benefits most of humanity, it would make sense.
You're right, my friend. If we didn't have all, we
Yeah.
might say most, okay? Plus, when they say try, they try to do work, okay, that benefits.
It's more,
Yeah, that's why we will go with D, not A, okay?
and قدرات, always the hardest thing about it is there are always two answers that are close to each
Exactly,
other.
exactly. You're right. There is a true answer and there is a correct answer.
Exactly.
If we didn't have all, we could have chosen most. But because we have all, we would choose all, okay? طيب, despite existence of evidence showing that wolves are caring and social creatures, many people still, they are cruel and vicious animals. Nice. Again, here we have two different answers, which can be both correct, which is A and D. طبعا reject no and deny no, because we have despite, صح? يلا, who can tell me why have you chosen A and why have you chosen D? Ali.
Because in this like context of the sentence, believe is a more lexical answer than say.
Uh-huh.
Because
Thank you so much.
you can't say without having solid proof. You have to believe your evidence, basically.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ali. So because we have evidence and we have despite, okay? So they still believe that they are cruel and vicious. If we didn't have believe, again, if we didn't have this word, we could have chosen say. But because we have it, and especially because they wrote evidence, okay? So belief goes more يعني in agreement with evidence, okay? طيب, the of meat in your refrigerator doesn't necessarily indicate that you are nice. طيب okay, Lema, what have you chosen? Because I can see some of you have chosen C and some of you have chosen B. Yalla.
Okay. So I chose B
Uh-huh.
because I read the sentence. First, I tried to put absence and it made sense. So the absence of meat in your refrigerator doesn't necessarily indicate that you are vegetarian. So that made more sense to me than C or and D doesn't make sense at all, and A doesn't make sense at all. So that's why I chose B.
Thank you, Lema. A and D doesn't make sense at all. But because they said meat and doesn't necessarily indicate, okay, that's why we have chosen B, okay? طيب. Harold enjoyed singing in the boys' choir so much that he wanted to do it. I think this is straightforward, easy, and there is no other choice أصلا. Okay. Yes, you're right, my friends. It's regularly because occasionally, seldom, and rarely, they all have the same meaning, which says that not always, but because he enjoyed, okay? And we don't have any contrasting word here. That's why we have chosen regularly. طيب, using the scientific of aerodynamics. Scientists design space shuttles to withstand the danger of orbit and re-entry. طيب, yeah, I can see all of you have chosen D, and I can't disagree. But you know, my friends, in this this example, for this word, I didn't understand what does it mean. Space shuttles, withstand, okay. All of those are very scientific words, but because I know that scientific comes with theory, okay. So from the context, I can guess that the word theory should go with scientific, okay? So using the scientific theory of aerodynamics and the continuum of the sentence. طيب, before airplanes were loaded with passengers and cargo, then they were filled with fuel. Yes. Yes, thank you. Ro'a, tell me why you have chosen.
Because in the question they are talking about what happens before an airplane is like in the sky.
Yes,
So
you're right. Thank you so much. So if we say anything else than departure, because before departure, airplanes were loaded with passengers and cargo. So before it goes to the air, it has to be loaded. And this is the only choice that makes sense. Thank you so much. طيب, after the captain announced that there would be turbulence ahead, passengers were seats. Also, this one is straightforward and there is no other choice than C. صح? Okay, who can tell me what is the keywords? What are the keywords here? Okay, Lemma, go ahead.
Okay, so when you hear the word, oh no, not hear, see the word turbulence, you
Uh-huh.
think you have to remain in your seats.
You're right, because after, we
After-
can't say after landing. Turbulence doesn't happen after landing, so that's or arrival. So we have take off and take off. And logically, no way the passengers will be advised to leave their seats. That's why we have chosen C. Thank you, Lema. طيب, to Saeed's dismay, his chances in the chess tournament ended suddenly with one move. His was moving the queen instead of the rook. Yes, you're right. All of you have chosen A. طيب, one. Ru'a, can you tell me what are the keywords?
And the keywords are like his wrong move was moving. So like the wrong move is talking about mistake.
Thank you so much. We have dismay, we have ended suddenly, okay? That's why it was a mistake, okay? Thank you. طيب, the warning tribe was wary of conflict, so both were eager to forge a peaceful. Okay, so I can see all of you have chosen D. Lama, tell me why, or what are the keywords here?
Because they wanted to be peaceful, so they cannot negotiate
Thank you
if it's
so
not
much.
peaceful.
Thank you so much. So the only peaceful thing is resolution. Victory has a winner and loser. Negotiation doesn't go well, or insurgency. That's why we have chosen resolution. طيب, Fuad was about his first diving competition, and apparently this enthusiasm was. Others began to feel the same way he did. حلوين. طيب, so we have A and B. Nice. طيب, Tala, what is your answer first? A or B?
I chose B because when it says others began to feel the same way he did, that means it was contagious because it went from one person to another. So I think it's B.
Thank you so much. Contagious, and we have the semicolon. صح? Semicolon says that it is يعني synonym with what comes after. Others began to feel the same way he did, so that's why it is contagious. And we have this enthusiasm. Enthusiasm, see, we have and this enthusiasm, so it goes well with excited, okay? That's why we have chosen B. طيب, despite a marked increase in the number of voters registered, the most recent election numbers indicate in voter turnout. Okay, I can see A and C. طيب, who can tell me why A and who can tell me why C? طيب, رؤى, tell me why.
I chose C because it's saying despite a marked increase. So it's saying that they're claiming there's an increase.
Thank you so much.
But when they
Despite
check
a
the
marked
votes,
Thank you.